Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading for April 6th through to the 11th, and it is going to be general, so yeah, please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. And yeah, as always, use your own intuition. If any alternative meanings come up for you with the images on these cards, please listen to your own interpretation, because you are the expert in your own life. Okay, so let's have a look here. Oh, actually, rewind. We need to welcome in the archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral, or dragon guides you might feel resonant with at the moment, Pisces. Okay, let's see what's going to jump out here. You have the Five of Pentacles. It feels like two cards, but it's not. And yep, so I guess you could be feeling like something's missing, or maybe something hasn't turned out the way you'd like, or maybe that, maybe you're needing some help with something, or just recently you've needed some help. Five of Swords as well, so two fives. The Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Two fives to start. It's been the day of double numbers. We've had some double numbers in Capricorn's reading as well. And wow, okay. Yeah, so I think recently you've kind of been going through a bit of a challenging phase here, possibly, Pisces. This is the Five of Swords, so challenges of the mind and challenges of maybe resources, maybe you've experienced some financial challenges. Yeah, possibly challenges on the work front, okay? If we put that together, we put, mind and income together. Sometimes it's to do with work, something challenging at work. Maybe the last few months or few weeks you've experienced a challenge. Wow, you have the Sun and the Seven of Wands in your current energy. So there's something here at the moment that is sort of really lifting you out of this challenge energy, and that's confidence. And maybe you're digging your heels in here, Pisces, and creating some boundaries around these challenging energies. Or maybe if this has been a work situation, maybe you've been sort of taking an cut in income, but this could be, maybe this was something at work, like a conflict or an argument or something like that happened. I guess it could be in like a friendship group or within the family as well. But I'm feeling like you're kind of recovered. It's feeling to me now like you've recovered from that. And it's almost like you're putting up these boundaries now to just say, well, you're not going to be party to these energies anymore. There's not, there's something about these things that you're really moving into the high frequency is what I'm getting from this. General direction moving forward is that it could be a time now for you to slow down, to do some meditation so that you can get some more insights here, signified by the Tower. These can be those little aha moments that you get during a meditation or during doing something that is meditative, doing a mind-body breath practice, doing some meditational movement, maybe being out in nature, doing an art form, or being sort of in the zone with something, okay, Pisces, something meditative that you're doing here, and you're going to sort of get insights from that. And it might also be that this state here, perhaps in the past, meditation was something you jumped in and out of, like here and there, once or twice a week or whatever. But maybe the insight is going to be that this is going to be more front and center. So maybe you're going to be doing this in the zone thing more so. General direction moving forward. And the reason I say that also is because you have the Ace of Cups. This is like really you generally from now moving forward, Pisces, really tapping into this ocean of creativity, spirituality and intuition that you have and that you are, Queen of Pentacles, being really able to nurture that part of yourself. And this is also an image of the moon. So it's interesting that, your emotions are, and this whole idea about creative space, like I'm just looking at this moon and this feminine energy here, and it's just really like you're going to be feeling receptive and sensitive to the astrological movements, to your own inner compass and to the energies of the earth. There's going to be a whole lot of, I think, earth wisdom that you're going to be tapping into here, Pisces. A general direction moving forward, which is, Ace of Cups is, high frequency than these guys here. I mean, everything is life experience and we learn from everything. But generally, high frequency, we're looking to move into more happiness, joy, bliss, peace, harmony, and balance, okay? Which I think you're feeling into at the moment, Pisces. These other energies are sort of from the past. Now, it's not to say that these things are not going to come up, okay? But it just means that it's not going, these energies won't be moving forward, they're not going to be as prominent or as frequent as they were previously, okay? Maybe this was like an ongoing energy that you found yourself in that would have been really, dropping your vibe over the long term. Let's have a look. Let's see what's going to happen for what's going to pop out for your income, I should say. For your outcome. Pop out for your income, pop in for your outcome. Okay, I'm getting confusing myself. Right, so your outcome is Justice and Eight of Swords. So yeah, of these, let's just grab these two here as well. Of these two energies here, of the Eight of Swords here, which is like you've got this little mole animal here, sort of underground. And sometimes we need to go underground or into the subconscious, which you could well be doing, Pisces. Okay, maybe you're exploring your own subconscious. But you're going to be like choosing one of these swords. Like it could be like, one of these swords is your personal truth and the others are kind of distracting you and really like throwing you off. But I think here, Pisces, this is justice. Like it's not a minor arcana, this is a major arcana, and you're going to be aligning with your personal truth. This is the outcome. And setting yourself free from all of these other energies that are really, you're open to them, you're receptive to them, but they are not they're not helping you to define yourself, your personal truth here. You learn from yourself by being in these energies. You learn what, Pisces, you're learning what perhaps you have ascribed to in the way of ideas, values, and beliefs. And then by looking at those values and beliefs, you are then going to be extracting, which of those is actually true for you and which of them are not true anymore. Okay. And yeah, in the area of your challenge or something you might not be aware of is the Two of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. So it's interesting that, you had Five of Pentacles at the start of your reading, and this is that, even if you feel like you're out in the cold or maybe you've got less income or that type of thing, it's like sometimes misfortune can lead to good fortune, okay? And this is the new path, okay, that's going to probably come as a result of this laying low or doing without extra wealth, doing without extra assets, and maybe you are going it alone here a bit. You may at times feel as though you do need some help or some support, and that's okay. But a little bit like a hermit energy, maybe you are doing a little bit of hermiting at the moment. But this is the beautiful Two of Wands, a new path where these birds are taking flight. And the energy here is of a bear, is sort of looks like a polar bear stranded on a bit of an iceberg there. So, it's like you're going to be setting yourself free off of the iceberg. And, you know, flying into a new path, okay? Which I think has to do with your divine feminine and your, you know, your ability to be grounded, but also connected to that well of Ace of Cups. Like that's, you know, spirituality, creativity, intuition, like the emotional realm, and using your emotions to really kind of tap into your personal truth. And probably, maybe you're going to be doing some sort of an art form here. Well, we don't have, oh, here we go. Someone's jumped, so we'll see who that is. It is the Four of Cups. We'll also have the Magician and the Knight of Cups. Oh, there's one on the bottom of the, two on the bottom of the deck here. I do that sometimes and I haven't, well, let's leave those there because maybe we'll look at that bottom card when we look at the reverse sides of the decks. Spirit guidance for you, Pisces, is that Magician, you will be tapping into and accessing your inner resources, all the elements at your disposal, fire, earth, air and water. So, you know, physical, emotional, spiritual, practical, we covered all of them, intellectual, okay? All of your, you know, resources that you will be tapping into. The Four of Cups talks about, you know, there may be times where you are feeling like, you know, maybe you're focusing on the things that are not working. But I think what Spirit's saying is that that in itself can be a learning opportunity, because here with your Knight of Cups, it's about then realigning yourself with what it is that you love to do. So what is, you know, bringing some self-care and some self-love in to kind of remedy this situation. The Four of Cups is usually about focusing on the three in front that are not working, so to speak, and the one behind is the one that has the opportunity in it. So I think Spirit's saying that, you know, you yourself, Pisces, are the master of your consciousness, and so you are going to be the one that's going to bring in the awareness of what that other cup is, of what that other energy is, because you have the Ace of Cups here. You've really got access to all these Ace of Cups, and this ability moving forward, you're going to be really nurturing your abilities in all of those areas, you know, or in one or two of those areas. You know, spiritual, creative and intuitive. Yeah. So let's grab an oracle as well for you, and then we'll look at the bottoms of the decks. You know, I think you're doing some meditation here as well, Pisces, which we probably already mentioned, but, you know, meditation is going to be very useful for you. And here we have light, wings. Okay, we did talk about the Two of Wands taking flight, you know, okay, off the iceberg here. I know that heaven is the kingdom within, and we've just mentioned that you are going to be the one that's going to provide yourself with that awareness. I am free to weave my way in the world with gracious gestures and kind words, gladly honouring the graceful emergence of heaven on earth. And this is really, you know, I think what you're doing here, Pisces. The Tower talks about a coming down to earth, you know, literally like a thunderbolt from the sky, stuff from heaven coming down, causing the reorientation and the destruction, but also the reconstruction. Okay, Pisces, of, you know, the reconstruction of the new. And this is what this card is talking about here as well. Yeah, so heaven on earth, this is what you are participating in, Pisces, the creation of. Cool. Let's look at the bottoms of the deck. Six of Pentacles, feed the birds. So we have a bit of a theme of birds, wings. So once again, and we have the owl here. So Pisces, higher consciousness, animals are birds, and, you know, maybe you're going outside and watching the birds, or literally feeding the birds, like this Six of Pentacles here. Could be something that will provide you with joy, and maybe it could be a type of meditation in itself. Six of Pentacles, yeah. Peace, harmony, balance, energy in, you know, you're receiving, you're giving of energy as well, Pisces, in a nice balanced way. And here we have the Empress. Yeah, abundance, okay. And the Empress with the Magician here, I mean, that means that you're going to be activating a lot of inner resources, but also, I think, really tapping into the external resources around you, particularly maybe your environment, for example, nature, but also utilising things like nutrition, like eating, you know, fresh raw foods, which is going to really help with your frequency as well. Here we have the Ace of Wands. Wow, Ace of Cups and Wands. This is also very passionate and spiritual. And this is a dragonfly. So, you know, once again, this idea of wings. Excuse me. Pisces, I think you're going to be moving into definitely a lightening of your frequency. Yeah, and certainly a lightening of vibe, which is going to be a far cry from these energies here, which I think, you know, you were involved in previously, but I think not so much moving forward. Two of Pentacles, yes, you are integrating the new higher frequencies coming in. You're also likely integrating your, you know, your inner child, your higher self, and, you know, your meditative self, your spiritual self, your creative self, and your intuitive self. You are integrating into your life here. Let's look at the bottom of this deck here, the Oracle deck. We have God, and this also just appeared for Capricorn as well. It says God is a name for the ultimate source of the power of creation in the entire universe, consciousness itself. I am one with God, body and soul, through the infinite power of love. And yeah, and I think this is a process for you, Pisces, of moving into self-love. And I mean, if these were energies that you were kind of involved in some way, or, you know, maybe they were energies that came towards you that were kind of, you know, interrupted things. And, you know, I think you're now moving out of that into, you know, greater confidence, radiance, happiness. You're aligning with your personal truth here. These are really powerful major arcanas to have. Also the Tower, you're getting some insights. Okay, you've got a lot of potential here with your Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. And you're moving into, you know, self-love as well. Two of Wands is talking about a new path, but we could also say that that's, you know, two aspects of yourself coming together, a bit like the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. Really beautiful. And heaven, this light thing here. Yeah, the emergence of heaven on earth, which is what you're hoping to create here, Pisces. And not only that, tapping into your inner magician, you know, all of your skills, talents, gifts and abilities coming forward. So, Pisces, I think we might wrap it up there. I hope that has been helpful. I look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.